everybody, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about the Cubs. And I want to talk about their depth chart because I think we did a heck of a job over the offseason just racking up our depth chart because you never know when injuries may strike or when you want to give a guy a break. And I'm just going to be saying who I think should start at each position, in my opinion, for most of the season's games. Let's start at pitcher. I can't really pick who starts here because they all have to start. But Kyle Hendricks was announced yesterday he will get the opening day start, followed by Jake Arrieta, who was away from the Cubs for about 3 years with the Phillies, and we signed him over the offseason, which I think was a good sign. Zach Davies, who was another good sign over the offseason. Trevor Williams, who we also acquired over the offseason. And then Alec Mills, who threw a no-hitter last year. I'd love to see that happen again. In the bullpen, we have Rowan Wick, Brandon Workman, Andrew Chafin, Ryan Tepera, who has been having a pretty good spring. Dan Winkler had a really good season last year, and I could go on. And then Craig Kimbrell still will be in that closing spot. Had a little bit of a better year last year. The year before, I'll tell you, was ugly. But last year, he kind of got it together. Hopefully this year, he can have a season like he was having before he came to the Cubs. Two catchers on the roster, Wilson Contreras, Austin Romine. P.J. Higgins is also being considered for that spot as well. But I definitely think that Contreras should start there, of course. First base. Now, there's none of these guys that would usually play here at first base, but they can, is what they're saying. Anthony Rizzo, Chris Bryant, who very rarely does, David Bote, Ildemaro Vargas, and Ian Happ. Like, all those guys, except for Rizzo, can just play first. It's not saying that they'll be a starting first base considering. So, Anthony Rizzo definitely the go-to there. Second base. This is what I really want to talk about. We have at second base David Bote, Nico Hoerner, Eric Sogard acquired over the offseason, Ildemaro Vargas acquired over the offseason, and then maybe a little bit of Ian Happ, which I hope he doesn't play second because I feel like that'd be a little bit atrocious. But in my opinion, Nico Hoerner should get the start at second base. He's just a huge contact man. He can make the plays. He's a young player with so much potential in his coming years, and he's already showed it having a heck of a spring training. And he just is good at the major league level, it seems. And I think that he has a bright career ahead of him, and I think that he should be the second base starter. Eric Sogard, I think, would be the third guy to go to, and then the second would be David Bote, and then the fourth would be Ildemaro Vargas, in my opinion. At third base, Chris Bryant, followed by David Bote, Nico Hoerner, Ildemaro Vargas, and Ian Happ. None of those would ever play third. David Bote, can, but Ildemaro Vargas and Ian Happ, I do not see that happening. But I really like Chris Bryant, of course, at third base. I think the second guy to go to would be David Bote. But I don't see Hoerner, Vargas, or Happ playing at that third base spot. Let's go to shortstop. Javier Baez, followed by Nico Hoerner, David Bote, Ildemaro Vargas. This is another one I want to talk about because all those guys are capable for that position. David Bote can play anywhere in the infield, as he's shown in his years at the major league level. But I think that, of course, Baez should get the start at third base. I do think the second guy to go to in this spot would be Ildemaro Vargas. Because I think I hope he's going to get a lot more starts at second base, so he might be busy over there. And Bote could be busy at second sometimes and or third, because Bryant is able to play the outfield. But I like Vargas in this second spot for shortstop. Left field, Jock Peterson, I think, would be the left field starter for the Cubs. David Bodie, another position he can play, but I do not see him playing in left field. Ian Happ, Chris Bryant, and Jake Marisnick. I think the second guy to go to for left field would be Chris Bryant because he can play left field and he has a lot in his years in the majors. So I think it's Peterson, the first guy, and then Bryant for the second guy to go for in left field. Center field, Ian Happ, Jake Marisnick, Jason Hayward, Jock Peterson, Nico Horner. Nico Horner I don't see playing in center. Jock Peterson, maybe. But I like Happ here for the starting role, and I like Marisnick for the backup role here for center field. Marisnick has had a heck of a spring. He's had like 3 home runs in like 4 games, and he's a heck of a player. Got him over the offseason. And then in right field to wrap everything up, Jason Hayward, Ian Happ, Chris Bryant, Jock Peterson, Jake Marisnick. Peterson, maybe. Chris Bryant, I don't think so. I don't think he would be playing in right field. Left field, I can easily see that. But I think it's between Happ, Hayward, and maybe Marisnick here. But I like Hayward in that starting role in right, and then Happ as the backup role. So that is the Cubs depth chart. That is the Cubs depth chart for the upcoming 2021 season. First pitch is in about a week to kick off the opening day of the season. So I'm excited. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully you can watch the Cubs in action in the upcoming weeks on opening day. Again, thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.